Welcome everybody to Shadowrun Returns. So with this game, I've actually played, well, quite a bit of it. I have a series on my YouTube channel of it. Not very good quality because it was when I first started everything with a shit computer and all that fun stuff. So yeah, welcome. Hope the volume is alright for everybody in here. So I have an idea of how this character is going to, well, what it's going to be exactly. I'm going to be playing as my favorite class from it, which is the Decker. They are the hacking type, so I guess they're kind of like a rogue in a way. Even though this game doesn't really use mechanics like that at all. If anything, it reminds me of the Traveler tabletop game, which is pretty fun. And yeah, so let's get into it. I do sound a bit nasally because I went to bed much later than I wanted to. Well, than I expected to. I wanted to because I was hanging out with friends, but and then I woke up way later than I normally do. And also it's been cold a bit, so got that going, and allergies, so yay. Good shit. New game. So, Dead Man's Switch. Yeah, that looks like what we're doing. So, in the urban sprawl of the Seattle Metroplex, the search for a mysterious killer sets you on a trail that leads from the darkest slums to the city's most powerful megacorps. You will need to tread carefully, enlist the aid of other runners, and master powerful forces of technology and magic in order to emerge from the shadows of Seattle unscathed. So we'll see how we can get that on. I'm going to be playing this on hard, so I played it on normal for my series. I didn't finish it because, you know, I started streaming and whatnot, focused on that rather than Let's Plays. But anyway, I did normal, and it was a little too easy. I was able to, I think, out of the 30-something episodes I put up, I didn't die. Well, I died once. That was because I was just an idiot and didn't strategize very well enough. Other than that, it's actually a fairly easy game. But yeah, let's do that. Confirm. So this will be going on YouTube, as I have been making it a habit of doing that for VODs and whatnot. So if anybody wants to watch, who hasn't been in the stream, they can go watch it, and also it helps, you know, bring people into the channel from YouTube, so it helps out that way. But anyway, so there are a couple options, well, a few. We could be human if we want to. They're the only race on Earth until the awakening of... Yeah, they were the only race on Earth until the awakening in 2012. Now they find themselves in definition of average or even normal. They are still the most populous race in the world, and thus control many of the most powerful, moneyed, and important positions in society. They have +3 to karma to start the game, which is actually pretty good. They have their maximum stats could get up to body of 9, quickness 9, strength 9, charisma 9, intelligence 9, and willpower 9. So they're very, you know, very basic, of course, as most humans are in a lot of races. I mean, a lot of games. There's also the elf. Many people, especially other metahuman races, see elves as the most fortunate metahumans. They are more attractive and socially acceptable than the other metahumans. Elves are taller than humans, but have a more slender build. Their hair is usually thicker, longer, and more luxurious than average, and their ears come to a point. Let me turn this down a little bit still. It's good God. Good music, but it's loud. Alright. They have +1 to their charisma. Maximum stats are body 9, quickness 9, strength 9, charisma 12, because they have +1 to it. Intelligence 9 and willpower 9. So they're a little bit like the humans, but obviously a little bit quicker and more charismatic. Duh, right? Dwarf. Dwarves are the shortest of the metahuman races. To compensate, their torsos and shoulders are wider than their size would indicate. Thus, their strength is equal to, and sometimes greater than, the larger ones. A side effect of their metahuman nature is increased resistance to pathogens and magic that attacks from within. +1 to willpower, body 11, quickness 9, strength 12, charisma 9, intelligence 9, and willpower 11. Dwarves are my favorite race in all fantasy settings. Not joking at all. I'm tempted to go with dwarf just because, I mean, they have resistance to certain things that none of the other races have, which is really good. And also, they're not as like beefy as, like, let's say the orcs and trolls that we're going to be talking about, but they're still better than the, you know, latter people that we were talking about. Well, the humans and the elves. And yeah, so good stuff on that. We got orcs. They are the fastest breeding race, and now are second only to humans with world population. Their size leads to an intimidating silhouette and a body that can take more physical damage than the average. Orcs have pointed ears and intimidating teeth or tusks. Cool. So they have +1 to body, so they have maximum that they can get to is body 14, quickness 9, strength 12, charisma 8, intelligence 8, and willpower 9. Then we got trolls. They're the largest metahuman race. Heavy prejudice against them has led people to assume trolls have lowered intelligence, but in reality, there's no proof to this. Trolls have pointed ears, intimidating teeth or tusks, and may have horn-like growths that other metahumans do not manifest. They have +1 to body and strength, and their max could be body 17, quickness 8, strength 15, charisma 6, intelligence 6, and willpower 9. So I'm not going to be reading every detail about everything, probably just this base part, because with the skills, there are a lot of skills, and it takes a lot of time to explain it. But I'll try to summarize it a bit. Just make a very generalized of what that skill or attribute is and what it does. So we have the straight samurai, which key attributes are body and strength or quickness, depending on how you want to build it. I believe body in this game is directed towards hit points, so it's constitution pretty much. Key skill, close or ranged combat, or both, throwing weapons and dodge. We have a mage. Oh, and you can also customize your class 100% if you want to. I'm still somewhat... I like sticking to an actual class because you can actually make your strengths worth it and then dabble in other things if you want to, rather than trying to make a class that you might not know exactly how you're building and then just end up, not being very good in general. So mages are, spellcasters. Their key attributes are willpower and skill is spellcasting. Deckers use cyberdex to jack into the matrix. Like I said, so it's got this, matrix deck that you plug into, that you jack into, computers, terminals, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just go in there, destroy nodes, all that cool shit. I'll show you guys when we get into it. But their key attributes are intelligence, key skill is decking, and key specialization expert systems. So those are pretty much AI program that you put into it to help with, they're kind of like followers in a way. They're summons, more like. They're summons, actually. So you summon them and they can help you defend yourself, attack, and things like that in the Matrix. We also have the shaman. Key attribute is charisma. Key skill, spirit summoning. Increasing this skill grants a shaman a totem benefit, and conjuring. So now, this is a cool one. I actually do like this one a lot. In my Let's Play, I did a rigger shaman. And things like that. My secondary specialization was shaman, so I conjured things in the normal world. I was going to say the overworld, but that's, relative. But in the normal world, rather than in the Matrix. And things like that, it's really cool. I might actually dabble into that a little bit as well, just to help, because the Decker and the Rigger are definitely support classes. I mean, so is the Shaman, but if you get two really good support classes that can join together, you could actually have a really good character. But their paths can be the bear, cat, coyote, eagle, or raccoon. And they give you different bonuses depending on which one you pick. So it's a cool idea. Riggers, their key attribute is intelligence, and they use drones. So they use drone control and drone combat to help beef up their drones. There are combat drones, support drones, and medi drones or something like that. Pretty much little dudes that carry med packs and heal your teammates and whatnot. That was a fun one. You also use cyber tech to jack your mind into and control small robot-like vehicles called drones. So yeah, really good stuff, really fun. And also physical adept. Key attributes are body strength and willpower. Key skill is chi casting. And yeah, so adepts are magically active characters who focus their magic internally and develop to their utmost potential. So it's very much a chi kind of thing. It's a cool concept. I've been tempted to do it, but early on, skills that you could do with them are actually not very good, in my opinion. It's a very hit or miss depending on what you do with it. So you rely a lot more on your attributes to really do your stuff until you get to higher levels of chi casting, and then being able to cast better spells and abilities and whatnot. But I'm going to go with the Decker because that's my favorite one. Let's pick our dude. I don't know what his name's going to be. We do something quite basic if we want to. So far, I think the first one's my favorite one out of the human profiles, actually. To be honest. I mean, this one isn't that bad. But I actually do prefer... I like that look more, to be honest. Continue to stats. So we spend karma. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize your character. So we started the game with 3 action. Oh wait, did I pick? Yeah, I picked human. So we actually start out with 3. And as far as intelligence goes, humans and elves. Actually, you know what? Let's go back. I think I'm actually going to do an elf. Because dexterity, quickness is dexterity pretty much. And you actually get... like, let's see what these other ones might look like. Oh, no. I'm good without these, actually. Let's go back and... let's do this one. So, body is hit points, and your resistance to physical damage, of course. Quickness is related to ranged weapons and reduces chance to be hit by enemy physical attacks. Strength, used to calculate the chance to hit with melee or throwing weapons, also determines how far a grenade can be thrown. Much like D&D is with, well, not all thrown weapons are strength, but a lot of them are. Intelligence, used in decking or rigging to calculate the chance to hit with computer programs or drones, also used to reduce the chance to be hit by enemy programs in the Matrix. So we start out with 3 on that, and then we get level 1 of decking and ESP controls, which is the expert systems. Expert system programs that we can have, and jack into the Matrix and things like that. Then we have willpower, used to calculate the chance to hit with magical attacks, also used to reduce the chance to be hit by enemy magical attacks. Charisma, used to calculate the chance to control spirits, increases the chance to hit with conjuring spells, unlocks etiquettes that affect conversations. That's another reason why I think I went with Shaman. I'm going to go with this one, is because you increase your charisma to get different etiquettes to make certain dialogue options appear and things like that. And I'd actually rather have that. I mean, I do like that a lot, but also to help with summoning stuff. And also with spirit summoning is the skill level of how to explain it, what level of spells you can cast and things like that, and summons and whatnot, because there are spells that that shamans do use, and spirit control increases the chance for a shaman to maintain control of a summoned spirit. So depending on how, I'll get into it a little bit. I think I'll actually put some points into this a little bit so we know a little bit what we're doing. So since we are an elf now, we only have 5 instead of the 8, which is obviously fine. So what I'm going to figure out first, let's actually, before I forget, let's do spirit summoning. So, conjuring is for conjuring spells. Let's actually do this. I'm not going to do spirit control quite yet, and things like that. So how also the skill system works is that you have to have that level of the attribute or a related skill to be able to actually increase that. You see this little blue line here? What it does is that it lets you know where you're at as far as your limitations. So since we only have 3, we can reach level 3 of all 3 of these sub skills that go with it. And same with this for all of it. So decking, oh yeah, biotech is a good one. It grants a bonus to hit points recovered from using a med kit. So probably going to go into that a little bit as well. I don't think I'm going to be doing much strength, if any at all, because there isn't any penalty for using ranged weapons, you know, in melee range. It's not that big of a deal if we just stick with ranged weapons. If anything, probably... I mean, I do love me a shotgun in this game. It's really good, actually. But we need to get at least a 1 in that. We got 2 more skills. So let's go with... I mean, I used rifles before, but I think I'm going to try to be a little bit closer than what the long range kind of thing would be for rifles. SMGs are good, but they soak through... I mean, they consume ammo like really quickly, which is fine, but it's still problematic sometimes if you're not careful about it. I don't know, to be honest. And we could just get, you know, really good at decking. Mark target 1 increases your chance to hit enemies by 10% when used on that. Yeah, I think we'll pick SMG. Hits adjacent targets, but accuracy is reduced. And then kneecap, plus 1 AP, minus 6 HP damage, and can hit multiple targets, cooldown 2 rounds. Actually, you know, let's do shotguns. If I want to be close range, let's get close range with that. Okay, we can do 1 more. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do spirit control. So with 5 skills, you can choose the weapon, like the weapon that you want. So how the guns and melee weapons are unlocked is that you have to select, obviously, ranged combat, and then you can select which ones you want and things like that. So how I'm building it, you're able to do that. Like I said, pick a weapon, however that works. Have basic decking or drone control or even spell casting, and then still be able to actually dabble a little bit more into what you want. And also you can save points as well. You don't have to spend all of your points either, which is a nice thing. But confirm. Choose an etiquette. So etiquette is about knowing how to behave in various social situations. The right etiquette can give you an edge in certain conversations. Choose an etiquette from the list below. Choosing an etiquette does not cost karma, and each etiquette can only be chosen once. So what I'm thinking of going with this guy to start out with, two different ways probably, corporate or security. They don't give you any actual like role-playing background specifically. You can role-play to have these be built into it, which I sort of did a little bit with my other guy. I think I put him in security. Yeah, I put him in security. Let's have this guy be corporate, because that helps with certain things if you talk to a business person, I believe. And also academic is one that's pretty good if when certain events happen. Let's stick with corporate though. Let's do that. A name. So we're an elf. Oh, and also in this game, from I don't know the lore of it 100%, but how it works is that you will see metahumans, so elves, dwarves, orcs, and trolls have human names. Because I'm guessing what the whole idea was with the awakening thing is that it was only humans until the awakening happened in 2012. Then, like, I don't know how to explain it. It seems like people had a gene in them or something like that, or something stored in them, and then when the awakening happened, they turned into whatever that race was, or that being was, and they just stuck with their names. So it could be any normal name, really. I mean, some of them are a little exotic just because of the nature of all that stuff. A working name would be cool. Well, doing hacking and things like that. It's like it could be something simple like John or, you know, Mike, which is also my name, so, you know, it could make sense to a point. I don't see myself as an elf, though, in general. Okay, let's go with John. I know that's basic and simple, but it's a pretty solid name. Down and Out. Oh, and there's also no voice acting in this at all, so I'm going to be reading quite a bit. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and it's on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now, it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called. The money's run out, and then some. Sinless and free. I don't understand 100% what the sin means. It's an abbreviation of sorts, or in a title for like people that aren't of social status, that kind of thing, from my understanding. Free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your newen, which is the currency. Something needs to change, and soon. All right, your apartment, 2054. It's 3 a.m. and you've got nowhere to go but down. So you can move around the camera with WASD, but it's really slow. Or you can hold down right click and just move it. There's no way of panning the camera at all. You can also hold Alt to show the points of interest. A slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the rest of the week. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. List of contacts. The list is sad, dried up. We got a Carter, Detroit, fixer, no response to messages. Dowd, runner, dead. Felton Nash, fixer, missing since February. New Larry, runner, dead. Sam Watts, runner, question mark, probably in a gutter somewhere. Sinogma, runner, dead. And Half Jack, dealer, retired or dead. The list goes on, all either dead ends or just plain dead. Personal calendar, it's empty, nothing to do. Put down the notebook. There's also this thing right here. Your computer, state of the art in 2050, broken since 2051. That was just saying that our comm link has opened. Sam Watts. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. Shouldn't have given you my comm. You're zoned. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Yeah, and then, dialogue choices. That's about all that this is. And I liked the story a lot in this game. I got to pretty far in the game, but I didn't finish it. So once it gets to a certain point, it is going to be blind. And also on YouTube, in the comments, in chat, do not leave spoilers. Hints. I mean, there really aren't hints in this game. It's pretty straightforward and fairly linear. So I'm not worried about that or backseating. I don't mind suggestions, but yeah, where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. Yeah, it's interesting how they have a different lingo in this world. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business, like you, for example. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and lost Dodd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterward? I really had your back that day, didn't I? Dodd, that's a name you haven't heard in a long time. "3 years ago, a makeshift bar on the Seattle docks. The night Dodd went down." So here we are. This is what I was going to say this is what the world looks like, but obviously that's what it was in the apartment as well. Nothing really changed. Sinogma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out here on the open here, John. Our fixer owes us for the run, and for Dodd we wait. Your call. So I believe this is Sam. It's not letting us highlight him in any way. That's alright. New Larry. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. And that was a bad rhyme. Just saying. He knew Dodd almost as well as you did. Dodd, never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, John. It's wet and the rain feels like acid, and I want out of here. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Chill pill. That's pretty much what I was going to say. Sure, John. Sure. Whatever you say. I don't know, Sam. I don't know, John. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty hard lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. Shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer's late. Smell funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This was supposed to be a public place. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dodd went down, and it wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Smiles with a tooth. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say. Don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. There's some options where I wish it was a bit more. Sometimes it feels one-sided. Because all of these, it's like you're not blaming him, but it's like, is that true? Kind of thing. That true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? No, John, I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. Knew Sam was supposed to cover Dodd. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Runraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dodd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. He checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Pay you enough to... How much did they pay you to sell us out, Larry? He stops and a smile slowly appears on his face. Honestly, it didn't take much. Just enough to get me back to Portland and set up with a cash corp job. I'm out of this racket. We've got incoming. Look. Oh, looks like my new Runraku friends are finally here. They're going to take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, John. Buy you a drink after this? You'll owe me several. All right. It's turn-based combat. Don't need any help. I'll just run through it. So, how combat works, you can select which weapon or your loadout, pretty much what weapon you want to pick. I guess it started us with a pistol. Usually it starts us with the game that, like the gun that we chose at the beginning of the game, the character creation and such. But it's whatever, it's fine. There's a cover system. I mean, full or half, that's pretty much it. It's a little dodgy of exactly what it means. Like, well, I mean, it's dodgy from where you're at. So, like, let's say XCOM. If you're behind somebody, they're flanked, obviously, so you get extra chance to hit and extra chance to deal criticals. In this one, if somebody's in cover, that is, like, if they have full cover on one side, it's just harder to hit them. So it doesn't matter where you hit them around them. It's still just that. It's really annoying, actually. Let's go in there. And obviously, when it's in red, that means very small chance of actually hitting. I think anything below 50 is in red. Yeah, let's shoot New Larry. You get 2 action points. So you can either move and shoot, or shoot. Reloading also takes an action, or you could like dash and it takes both of them as well. And also, there's some things that should just give you cover and it doesn't give you coverage. It's frustrating. He's using an SMG. If that wasn't already obvious with what it was. So I'll show you how the summoning works a bit. So in certain areas, you can actually do things like this. So Typhoon. This lets you know that's a... Oh wait, you can't see that. But back here, it, like, behind my face. Actually, let's move me up a little bit so you guys can see. I'm not keeping my face there because of the whole dialogue box and things like that, but let's do that. Alright. So down here, this tells you that it's a summon. And this is... There's going to be an inventory button and a spell/ability button when it comes to things like this. And it can do different things, and obviously things cost a certain amount of action points and cooldown for some of it. Target's willpower. Ooh, he's a mage dude. On him. There you go. Actually, you know what I may do, if that's the case. Let's move me like here-ish. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that's good. Ah, shit, I didn't mean to do that. I'm used to moving the camera with the left click, not right click, but that's alright. I mean, I'm out in the open, sure, but could be worse. So she's got a rifle. So escape chance, 6%, and the more action points you give it, the higher chance it has to escape. Now, the spirit controlling ability reduces that number. So let's give it 2 action points, got a 7% chance. And obviously, it failed its escape save, I guess you could call it. So we're still in control of it, and it can still do what we want it to do. Just things like that. It's a cool system. I actually really do enjoy it. Oh, wait. Target gains +2 dodge. Okay, yeah, never mind. Oh, there's no cooldown for this, and it costs an action point. So it's a pretty easy one to actually get and keep. Let's move here. And then I'm used to right click to moving. Love it. It's alright. I'll get used to the controls again. I haven't played this in quite a few months. Let's move you there. So we got haste, increases the friendly target's AP by 1 for 2 rounds. Or bear totem, the bear of totem heals all friends within 3 of the damage from the last recent attack. That one's alright. I mean, you could actually shoot that far. That's the thing about rifles, you can actually shoot quite far. Oh, and then the longer that you have it in control, it increases the percentage as well for keeping it here. And actually, if it fails, it attacks you. That's sort of how this works as well. How it missed, I have no fucking idea, but that's alright. 99%. Move you there. What? Why can't... Oh. No, you still can shoot. I mean, I'm still going to reload, but... That's weird. Okay. I guess that's big enough of a obstacle that you can't see it. Aim shot. Meh. Noise. They have a shaman as well. I believe it's... Yeah, it's that one. So kind of one of the better ideas for summons is to move them in a place where they could do maximum output of their abilities. but just leave them there, sort of, in a way, you know? Yeah. You get all kinds of summons, and they're all really cool, in my opinion. So, like, even though we're technically, like, flanking him, we're on his side, it's a 99% chance to hit, but whatever armor value that they have from... His cover sort of gives you armor as well. I think it's a passive thing, and it doesn't actually show you. But yeah, it's ridiculous how sometimes it can really fuck you over. It is what it is, but, yeah. But you have nothing as far as that's concerned. Alright, fair. Also, I believe since it's like a water elemental, it has a higher dodge chance. I'm guessing that's sort of what it looks like. Can you do anything else that's actually better than this? Nope. So I didn't build my guy to actually be good with strength weapons at all. In any way. Let's keep you here, Sam. Yeah, you're good. Oh yeah, no healing or anything. Heal yourself though, actually. And that's the actual totem I went with. It was pretty good. Her summon control is crazy, by the way. Nice. And that's why they're missing that one quite a bit. And honestly, in this tutorial bit, I never used the summon, and I thought, in general, I didn't think I would actually like summoning or anything like that, but it's really good. I like it. And that's another reason why I liked the Rigger as a support class, because you do control your drones. But it's just an extra help towards what you need to do in combat and whatnot. Let's move you there. Oh, that's like complete... Oh, that's... Alright, that's stupid. That's what... Yeah, another kind of thing I have an issue with this game. The line of sight is also a bit fucky. So obviously you can't pan the screen, so there isn't any 3D perspective on it. Sort of ruins it. Not saying it's a bad game, just some of the mechanics of it are a little off. For those who don't know, this was also originally an actual tabletop game. And it still is. And it's one that I would actually play. And whatnot, but it's sort of... I'm sure the rules are a bit different in that one. Like, for example... This doesn't give you cover. I mean, it's a table, sure, but at least half cover would be better than whatever it's giving us. Just move you here. You see, that failed. So now it's going to do its own thing and attack us. Yeah, let's reload. Nice shot, dude. Bravo. Proud of you. Alright. Here we go. Nice. You okay, Sam? That was a hell of a thing. Part of the life, Sam, you know that. You were born for this gig, John. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Need to find a safe house out of town, lay low. Renraku has a long memory. I do too. I don't forget my friends. Aw. Friendship. I don't know why that's still up there. You stare at Sam's face on the comm link. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 new insurance policy. Payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Okay, pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain has installed a security-dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up. Talks seriously. First time. Look, John, I've led a Drek life and I probably left a Drek corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself, I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do I say? Oh, what do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Guess I'm heading back to Seattle. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. Hi, Meg. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. The dead man switch. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped back seat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. Doing good? Lunch break. How am I? I'm doing good, and glad you're doing well. Lunch is always good. Yeah, doing all right. I woke up way later than I wanted to, or expected to. Went to bed later than expected to as well. And yeah, other than that, I'm doing all right. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. TYTY equals tired. Oh, okay. Yeah. For me, it was like, thank you. In my head, so it was like, you're welcome. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, tied. Oh, I see where that connects then. Gotcha. Right now we are investigating a murder mystery. Bum bum bum. This game's really, really good. I like it. I look at it. Oh, I took it from... Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, yeah, I could actually zoom out. I forgot. The smell of death and decomposition decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial something. I didn't read it that fast. Ah. Dresden. A dwarf. Hovering over the recently departed, Lily has pregnancy brain, and she says, Lily Titan. Yeah, okay. Right, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I haven't seen that show in a long time. Good one, though. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, I love my job, a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. You must watch it again and again and again. I used to. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you? Are you the coroner? Oh, I forgot his name was John too. I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. That makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? John, I represent a man named Sam Watts, and I'm here to look into his murder. He frowns. Interesting. A dead man makes for a strange client, but what makes you think he's here? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I follow it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? Sam did. When his heart stopped, 1,000 Nguyen was wired to a secure amount in my name. I find the killer, I get paid. Actually, I'll do this one. I don't like playing as assholes, especially when it's like, it's all about the money and that's all it is. Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. So, Meg, this game is about, well, Shadowrun Returns. The campaign is running, that we're running. There are other campaigns I think you can run in it through Steam Workshop or through Harebrain's thing or whatever, the developers of the game. The Dead Man's Switch. And we just through like a introduction prologue bit, which also, you know, gets into combat tutorial and all that fun shit. But pretty much your best friend died. Somebody killed him. I guess murdered at this point. But yeah, we're investigating into his murder and stuff like that. And this is a cyberpunk post-apocalyptic sort of vibe. I wouldn't say post-apocalyptic like Fallout or anything like that, but it's a very dark future, grimy sort of grimy aesthetic, if that makes sense. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper, huh? I guess the classics never go out of style. He sighs. Not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. And it takes place in Seattle. Yeah. I'm going to be uploading this on a YouTube, so if you haven't, you know... So if you weren't here for the beginning or other parts of it, and you want to watch a, you know, good game about murder mysteries, which I know you love, you can watch it there. Exclamation point content will take you to my YouTube channel. All I know is that like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel, but this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Delicious. A trophy hunter. What was it? Yeah, let's do that. Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. Help the other lucky contestants. The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed. Dresden, get out here. Actually, you know what? Let me do that real quick. So here, now that my thing's working again, there you go. That's my YouTube channel. If you want to go check it out. I need to set it up where Chatbot will regularly kind of set these things up on a timer, but I forgot to do that. I'll make sure to do that so next time I don't have to, you know, type it out all the time. Yeah, no problem. And also, it's an RPG-based game, so it's definitely in my ballpark of stuff. And the combat is a turn-based. Wow, I'm a little sickly, but it's a turn-based strategy type of game. So it's got that element with it as well. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet, his face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small pencil, thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. My brother and you both love RPG-style games. Yeah? They're good. I mean, I grew up playing D&D and stuff like that, so it's been in my blood to be a nerd of that variety. And also, funny enough, this was also originally a tabletop game. The developers, Harebrained, I think it's, yeah, Harebrained. I think that, yeah, I'll have to double check it. But they like taking tabletop games of a certain kind. They also did something called Battle Mech or something like that, Battletech something with mechs or whatever. But that was also originally a tabletop game, but converted into computer games like this. And there are 3 games that they made with this particular one. There's this one. There is Shadowrun Hong Kong, and also Shadowrun Dragonfall and stuff like that. So I will be playing those as well on this channel. Let's look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Streams's Union. There is something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegal. Cred stick. It's a standard, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. I'll take it. Yeah, we got $300 out of that. Is added to your account. Purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The blood sloshes a bit in your hand. You can only see part of the note given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long. To say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Put down evidence bag. Item picked up. So we got a basic med kit. And the class that I picked is a Decker. What they do is that they hack into the Matrix, and you can you destroy nodes and things like that, and can, you know, unlock things and whatnot. It's a really fun one. It's like a rogue, I guess you could say, roughly. McCluskey. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So this new Ripper Vic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? And also, this game does get into dark topics from time to time. So if anybody's sensitive to that, I am sorry, but it's a dark setting, so it's to be expected. The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with. Here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. Asshole. He is the biggest dick you'll ever meet in a game, ever. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic. then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The proprietor is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel, has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So, I'm looking for a whacked out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. I don't know. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? Actually, let's be a bit more official. Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in finding his killer. The dreck you were. You get anywhere near my investigation and it will be you on the slab, elf. Dresden, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Yeah, and there's no voice acting, so if my voice starts getting a little tired, I will take a break, chill with chat, things like that. And that's another reason why, well, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why I'd rather do things live than in Let's Play. I like the interaction rather than just sort of talking into a mic and hopefully somebody replies. And also, I've actually got a series on my YouTube channel of this game as well with a different character. It was a dwarf rigger named Trevoke. But it's not very good quality. It was back when I had my first PC, which was an old hand-me-down. And it's like 15 years old at the time and whatnot. So it's kind of bad, but if you want to check something out like that, you can. So I feel with training because I have to read and explain a lot, and by the end my throat is so tired and strained. Yeah, like right now my throat doesn't hurt from, I mean it hurts from talking, but I haven't been talking that long either. I mean it's been an hour and a half. I've been talking almost the whole time, but actually no, it's been recording for an hour. But yeah, and also being kind of sick in the cold weather, it doesn't help at all. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? Well, he didn't really seem like my type. Cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really going to work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 yuan a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. So what we are also is that we are a Shadowrunner. What they do is that I guess it's kind of like common practice for it. It's not mercenary work, but it's definitely you get jobs. This whole game is run on mega corporations as well. So runners usually work for corporations against another corporation. It's got that whole political side of it, one point or another, and things like that. Or just some rich, powerful person wants to get dirt on somebody, that kind of thing. What can I do to help you? On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official on that sentence? Sounds like you disagree with the findings. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises, on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new one, but individual organs, not worth as much anymore. What with the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'd probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to do. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. I just needed one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you can find anything useful? Okay then, I'll go do that. So how the experience points work in this game, there are optional like things you can do that are a little bit out of the way, but whenever you complete objectives or main parts in the story and things like that, you gain karma, which is used to, you know, gain up your levels and experience and whatnot. So general, this is our character sheet pretty much. Essence and magic. So since we're going to be going towards a magic type of character, I'm not going to be doing much. It's kind of hard to explain the cybernetic side of it. Pretty much what you do is that whenever you put a cybernetic part in you, it uses an amount of essence. And when you get your essence, well, okay, let me try to back up. So you get a cybernetic part, you take essence out, but the lower your essence is, the less magic you can actually use or hold, I guess you could say. But since we're going to be part magic user, I'm going to be a little careful on which cybernetic parts I get, or just see how that works. So we can spend karma points now, or you can save them. There will be points when I'm going to be using it quite often, because if you don't improve your skills, you will be shit. You will die. And also I'm playing on hard difficulty this time around, which is, you know, I don't know. I don't know how hard it actually is. But this is our main menu bit. Yeah, there we go. It shows our money over here. Mission items. So there's some items that you pick up that are only related to the mission. And if you don't pick them up, there's some bits that you can't actually complete. It becomes a pain in the ass. And also a summary of what we just, of the, not the chapters, but that scene sort of, you know, thing, whatnot. Inventory. We have a secure Decker clothing, basic, medkit, and then also just options menu. But yeah, here's actually a quick save, which I believe F5, F7. Huh? It actually doesn't show you. I don't remember what it is. I think it's F5. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Open the drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. Not smart enough for RPGs? I mean, it just takes sort of... It's not really smarts exactly, it's just there's a certain type of mindset you have to put yourself into to make it happen, I guess you could say. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Jake Armitage. Whoa, easy there. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker... Oh, yeah, it's fine. So watching is best. Alright. He seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. What do I look like? A damn alarm clock? Alarm clock? Alarm clock? Wow. Give me a break, chummer. Haven't had my soy calf yet. I think that's their equivalent of coffee. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? Looking at the death of Sam Watts, the coroner seems to think you can help me out. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then. Over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is the guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alrighty then. The name's Jake, and you are... Call me John. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangsters got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, that's a big fat corp bounty. Oh, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on me. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw him, until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You know anything else? I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame, though. Wish I'd been there, if those slagging gangsters hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leaders got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Salmon was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, count me in. Great, I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulders. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So you need a weapon? I'm good with shotgun. Like the subtle approach, eh? Alright, try this cannon out. So we got a street sweeper. So ready for an evening out on the town? Just watch my back. Don't make me regret this. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. We can leave whenever you're ready. How's the volume, by the way? Is it good? Did a test recording, so I think it's fine, but obviously I can just adjust it with, you know, my headset to whatever I need it to be. Head out into the Barrens. Sure, let's go. And it gives you tips up here, but it's, yeah. The Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business. The Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum. Add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. My stash is just around the corner in the alley. So this is futuristic. Holy smokes! I actually never realized that. Slots. Futuristic Seattle in this time setting. Rack off stump legs. Oh, I never noticed you before. Let's talk to Mr. Vlad here. I think it's because I've never I mean, there's some bits that I know of, like, extra quests and side things, but I haven't, you know, noticed all of it. Vlad. As you approach, the man sizes you up. You can see the age-old fight or flight equation running behind his drug-clouded eyes. Beneath the track marks on his arms, you spot a set of tattoos that indicate he is, or at least once was, a shaman. Hey man, are you okay? Yes, no, yes, no. I saw something. It's going to kill me. Calm down, I'm John. What's your name? My name is Vlad. Vlad, those are some nice tattoos. Are you shaman? The word shaman strikes a chord. He seems to shake off some of the mental cobwebs. Yes, I am a shaman. I thought so, Vlad. What did you see? Yes, I saw something. The other night, I saw a spirit so dark, so alien, that Vlad trails off and shudders. Lunch is over, so I have to get back. Have a great rest of your stream. See you later. Thank you, Meg, for dropping by. Enjoy the rest of your work, as usual. And thank you. I'll do my best. Where did you see the spirit? Just across the street from the Seamstresses Union. It's gone now, Vlad. It's not going to kill you. You're safe. Thank you. I think you're right. I feel better now. More whole. Now I think I need some sleep. Never done that before. Cool. Looking for a date? Elves are my favorite. Yeah, no, I'm good. Hidden in the garbage, strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. You take the gear. So yeah, it's the game's way of giving you your inventory, pretty much. It's a nice way to add it into the story, plus give you stuff. The music is so good in this game. Chugga chugga metal is my thing. As you can see, it's a double-barreled shotgun, pretty much. I think it's a shot off or sawed off. Shot off. Wow. Doing all right. So welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. Good dead drops are so hard to keep. Let's do the same dreck in every city these days. True, I've been around, but Seattle's still a runner's paradise as far as I'm concerned. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Wieners. Worried man. The man before you appears well-mannered, but nervous. Excuse me, sir, I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight, and we need some help. Calm down, how can I help you? Thank you. Some thugs are shaking down the market we've set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them forever, but no one will stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get involved. Where's this market of yours at? Just down the street, sir. Please, our livelihoods depend on this market. So over here in the menu thing, the yellow arrow, oh, and also you can obviously, you know, pan the camera this way or move it that way, but it shows you the yellow arrow is your main objective, and then the blue ones are minor objectives. Sarah, her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I want to go that way. Why, what's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble again. She points to the south. They rode in this morning on those fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Typical. Well, odds are those are the guys we're after. Anything else I should know about the gangers? Well, their leader's a big old troll named John Paul. There are a lot of Johns in this game. I forgot. Real piece of work, even for a wiener. Yep, that's him. Jake checks his pistol. They're going to be in for a rude surprise you might want to clear out before the shooting starts. She looks you over, then nods. Don't need to worry about me. I know how to lay low. They're a tough bunch, though. Don't say I didn't warn you. Alright, so before I head off that way, let's take care of the market problem. Commerce is like a weed, taking root in the cracks and crevices of the world whenever it can. A small street market has flourished here amidst the crumbling buildings of the Redmond Barrens. But we barely have anything left. Not my problem. Pay up or by morning or else. The thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The old woman is holding firm, but you can see the thug's patience fading fast, and he looks like he's about to start breaking things. Hey, who the hell are you? I heard about you. Why don't you piss off? You ain't a Halloweener. Why don't you buzz off? Oh, why don't you buzz off? Yeah. Because I'm sick of gutter punks like you. I knew you were just looking to cause static. Dash ice this guy. You're fragging dead. Alright, so we've also got 2 frags. We got another med kit. Cool shit. Oh, we've also got this. So we can do a bit of area effect, and then obviously we just have our fists. Let's go here for now. Yeah, shotguns fucking slap in this game. It's really good. If you do it right, of course. Oof. I'm almost dead, holy shit. Oh yeah, on me. Let's actually reload. There will come a point when we can actually have Overwatch and stuff like that. I was an idiot and actually didn't find out in my series until like later on of when it happens. Like, that's not fair. These guys can do it, but I can't. 50%. Yeah, never mind. So if I'm going to be more up close, I need to probably increase my body a bit more. Get more hit points. I cannot thank you enough. I hate to see so much bloodshed, but those men would not take no for an answer. We simply want to make our way in the world. Shopkeeper holds out a few new ones. Please, it's the least we can do. Keep it. You need more than I do. So when it comes to business, he's going to be serious about it, but not like it's only about the money sort of thing. But when it comes to helping out people, I'm going to be playing him as actually like a nice guy. Because, you know, I don't like playing assholes, to be completely honest. So, I mean, we could actually get a little bit into dodge as well. So it's interesting when it says physical attacks. I think physical attacks are literally anything that isn't magic. Strangely enough, I think that's how that works. Because I don't think there's any way to actually dodge bullets in this way. So I think, yeah, all physical attacks are anything that isn't magic. So let's actually do that. Two in ranged combat? It just gets us closer to be able to do this. Additional weapon slot, if not yet unlocked, for that as well. So I think that means, actually, I don't know what that means. Biotech, recover hit points better, faster. Could also do this to make our decking better as well. So how these skills also work is that it kind of shows you points if they're individual or not. So this one is its own skill, and then there's this one, and extends into this one. It's like a bracket system. It is a bracket system. So in order to increase these, we have to also increase this. That's how that works. If that wasn't already, you know, kind of self-explanatory, but for those who might be like, oh, why is that there? Oh, what does that, you know, what does this saying mean? Sort of thing. Just helping out a little bit. Ooh, let's actually do this, yeah. Sweet. So that means we can have more spells in our spell book now. It's weird calling a sci-fi, like a sci-fi setting spell book, but that's how Shadowrun is. It's a cyberpunk, sci-fi, cyberpunk, fantasy strategy game. That's what it is. I like it. It's literally all of the it's a mix of all my favorite genres and mechanics of a game. I wish there were more games like it. Halloweener Sentry. Hey, asswipes, take another step forward and we're going to plant you right there. This is Halloweener property now. Oh, God. Just a minute. Oh. This is one of the two that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now. Wait a minute. You're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty and killing you? Well, oh, that'll be a nice bonus. Fuck's sake. Also, criticals are very easy to make happen in this game as well. Fuck, ow. Any cover? I mean, yeah, there is cover somewhere. Let's actually hide back here a bit and wait. I mean, I could have thrown a grenade, probably, but meh. Oh yeah, he's got things as well. Heal wound, hey. I forgot. So I'm going to make sure to also have mages in our group as well. So what I like about mages in this game... Oh, he got haste. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. The mages in this game are a mix of, like, let's say, a D&D perspective of a wizard and a cleric. There isn't, like, an actual healing class. These shamans have their way of healing as well as obviously the mages do and things like that. It's really cool. I love this game. I haven't played it enough, and I haven't played the other two games either. I've played only this one. I actually managed to pick this up in an Epic Games free deal thing, so a while back, so I'm pretty happy about that. Well, okay. I'll be headbanging to this music all the time. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn it up. Hell yeah. I need a better shotgun. Oh my god. And that's the only reason why I don't like shotguns in this game. Well, early shotguns. Eventually you get ones that can hold up to like 8 shots or 10, whatever. Why are you all coming to me, fucking assholes? God damn. So he gets -1 AP from that. That's good. Let's actually just move you out here. Oh, no, I forgot. We're playing on hard. Fuck. So yeah, it's actually going to be much harder than what I'm used to doing as well. It's got to cool down, right? Whoa, Uncle, I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners. Jake, call it even, or... Yeah? Then lower your weapon and walk away. Hold on, John. Think about this. No, I want to tell him tell his friends what happened here. How naive. Well, maybe it'll be worth it to see him running off with his tail between his legs. Actually, I haven't done that before. I've always killed them. So it's going to be interesting to see maybe later on if something will happen. Oh yeah, Seamstress is Union around here. Alright. Anything down here I may have missed? Probably not. Oh, actually, no. Let's go this way. Oh, fuck. I could have gotten an item to help with the story, but I didn't. Or to help in the conversation against that Popo here in a minute. As you approach the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights up ahead. Whoa, hold up a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting on a Corp-issued bounty, and the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. He sighs. Sorry, friend. I think this is where our paths diverge. Oh, he gave us 1,000. Holy shit. Thanks again for the help with those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take in Newen where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. Likewise, Jake. Give me a call when you're in the clear. Yeah, sure. He starts to leave, then tilts his head back. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamstresses Union. It's just down the street. You need gear, information, or just a damned stiff drink? That's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for years, back in the day. Make the right friends there, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this Ripper business. Oh, I accidentally double-clicked. Say, well, you know, just be careful and things like that. Dan the Donut Man. There's another person. What? The smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burned soy calf is almost enough to overpower the dusty sewage stench of Redmond's streets. The troll working the stand is covered in food stains older than he is. What can I get you, chummer? Did you see the murder in the alley across the way? Nope, I was closed when it happened. But hey, it's the Barons. A back alley killings, nothing new around here. The only reason the cops are making a big deal about this place... Oh, wow, about this Ripper business is that some of the victims are real people, you know? Folks with sins. Can you tell me about the Barons? The Barons? Hell, if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't be out here. The stretch we're on is called Touristville, though, and I suppose it's the closest thing around here to respectable. Fewer muggings, and you might even survive drinking the water if you're lucky. Wouldn't recommend it, though. He scratches his armpit. Ew. Now behind me, that's the Seamstresses Union. You want drinks, drugs, favors, or information around here? The Union's your spot. Hell, that place is the reason I'm in business. Folks get the munchies when they party. Mrs. Kubota owns the joint, and she's quality. A hard woman, but fair. Sure, I'll take a jelly donut and a soy calf. Enjoy. See you around. Also, this is my first time playing this game on this PC, and it's fucking smooth. I like it. Sally. Dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed. Come back tomorrow. You've got a great view of that alley across the street. Don't suppose you saw the murder that happened there? She grunts. Sure, I was closing up when I heard a series of explosions from behind the Union. A couple seconds later, this guy comes out, runs across the street. Didn't get a good look at him. Then all the lights in the alley exploded at all of a sudden. Things got pretty quiet after that. Warning, I have dyslexia. That's why it's hard for me to read sometimes, so forgive me. And let me guess, you didn't go running over to see if that guy was okay. Thank you for your time. No problem. I'm not going to be a dick about it, to be honest. Can I actually go this way? No, I can't. Let's head back over here. The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outline and dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you, I need to get my stuff from the alley or I'm going to die in the cold tonight. The officer sighs. And I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation and I can't let anyone in here. Hey, I got rights. Look, you sinless garbage. I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket or I'll find a reason to use my stun baton. Typical. I hate all you pigs. He looks in your direction. Now what? The coroner Dresden sent me. Doesn't mean jack to me unless someone radios me with an update. My orders are that nobody gets in. Shit. You again? What? Long night, eh? Oh yeah. This is an example of the whole etiquette thing with being able to pick different ones. With my last playthrough, I actually did this one, and it was, I mean, it worked. And there are other things that made it easier for certain inspecting like crime scenes and whatnot, but yeah. Long night, eh? You looked cold, so I picked up a donut and some soy calf for you. Hey, thanks. The officer's face lights up as he takes a sip. He seems pretty trusting for an officer of the law. You know, when my dad was a cop, this was back when cops actually worked for the government, he said folks would buy him coffee all the time, but I ain't seen it till now. So what can I do for you? And whenever something is highlighted in green with like the brackets around it, pretty much means that you can use that quest. I think that represents quest items, or like you could use this to persuade, or you know, conversational things and whatnot. I'm actually working for the dead man who to help find his killer. When I come into the alley, can I look into the alley and look around a bit? Your client is the chalk line? That's messed up, man, but I respect it. Okay, but don't mess anything up. Not that anyone would likely notice because the forensics aren't coming back. Cool. This looks like the coat and blanket that the old man was trying to get. Examine the area for evidence. As you shuffle the bundle of cloth to the side, a printed receipt falls out from beneath the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab receipt from the Seamstresses Union, dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m., right around the coroner's reported time of death. The customer, Sam Watts. The server's name is listed as Coyote. Pick up the coat and blankets. Amidst the shards of glass from the broken lights, you find a small piece of glass which looks like the bottom of a test tube. This work light is new. You can see that all of the alley's normal lights have been ruined. Upon closer inspection, it seems that they've all imploded, as if some force shattered them all at the same time. I wonder if there's actually a way to slow like that kind of thing down. Just a minute. Oh, there are no actual options in here. Oh, text speed. Slope. Let's do that. All right. There are two distinct sets of footprints, a human's ending at the chalk outline, and a larger set, possibly orc or troll, following just behind the first. Nice. Okay. Talk to this Bobby dude. Hey, chummer. Got some tasty morsels for you? Oh, got some tasty morsels for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in his back pocket. Let me see what you have. Chems and drugs and things I usually don't do. Even in Fallout, I don't use them. I know I am well aware of their purposes and what they do. Unless it's a healing type of thing or resistance. Well, actually, no. Even because the chems in Fallout with the resistance ones even... I don't know. Most of the time I don't use them, though.